To the channel Mastering C++. Friends, in this video, I'll be discussing about the classes. In C++, classes are the most extensive concept. Basically, using classes only we can implement the concept of object-oriented programming. So coming to the learning objectives of this video is to understand the concept of classes, then why classes are needed, and then finally some hands-on programming will be done using pointer to class. So in C++, classes are basically tools to create new type. Then one question comes into mind: why new types are required? So it is required because the built-in function, a built-in data type like integer, character, floats are not sufficient to model real life examples. So basically by using classes we can create a user defined type. So that will be discussing or will be seeing in the hands-on programming. So class basically consists two types of member. One is data member and another is member functions. So member functions is basically used to initialize, copy and clean up. Clean up is for destruction. So then all things creation and destruction will be I'll be covering in the subsequent videos, because it will not be possible to sum up in one video. The concept of classes are very extensive and it involves a lot of deeper concepts. So then basically the public member is used as an interface to talk to the other modules, and private member provides the implementation details. So basically the structure is also a class, but only difference is that it's all member of structures are by default public. So we'll be also discussing about the private and public access qualifiers. Then immediate question comes: why classes are needed? Suppose take a example of a student. So for a student there could be many things can be stored for the student, like its roll number, address, its sports, its grade, and so many things are there. So then a student will take the course vehicle as another example. So for vehicle, what all are things we can store? Like vehicle will have number of wheels, then number of passengers, that is passenger capacity. So these details we can store. And for the vehicle, it also does some function, like vehicle moves, vehicle can turn. So by using classes we can model the real life entities, which cannot be possible using the built-in data types. So basically classes are the member functions and the data member together makes an entity, that is class. Do some hands-on programming. So I have created a C++ project, that is classes. So in this, from the class wizard we can go and add some classes. Like let us take a student as a class. So here we can see that this is the constructor, this is the destructor. So we'll be explaining about the constructor and destructor in detail in coming lectures. So in the public section, so let us write a private section here. So in that, let us declare a roll number, character, grade. So this is the private section. So it can only be accessed using the member function. So for that you write the getter and setter. For that we'll write void set roll number. This roll number will be set for that, to access this variable, we have to write the get function. So get roll number. So this is the small class. This is getter, this is setter, and this is getter. Because the private member can only be accessed using the member functions. So in order to set the value of roll number, you have to write a setter function, and to get the value of roll number, you have to write a getter function. So now I have created the getter setter. So come here, and here we have to include the student header file of the student class. So here now student is a new data type which we have created with the combination of these two variables and these two member functions. So now classes is a generalized concept. So we have to instantiate the class and to make it object, because class can only be accessed using the object. So class, like integer, is a data type. Class, we have created a new type. So now we will write student, write obj. So this is the object creation. Now to set the value, we have to set the roll number. We have to call the setter function, and we have to print the roll number. In order to that, we have to invoke the getter function. So just print the roll number. So what we'll write is object get the roll number. Now I'll compile it, so there is no error. So roll number is 48. So this is the basic example of class. So we'll take the more complex example in subsequent videos. Efficient access the member variable of a class using pointers. So instead of creating object, we can create a pointer to this class, pointer to this object rather. So for that, what we'll do is we'll just copy this and we'll comment. So we'll comment this part, and we'll access using the pointer. So instead that, to declare a pointer and change this dot operator to arrow operator. So compile it. Okay, this is the warning. So now run it. We are not getting the value. Why? Because since we have created the object but we have not assigned the memory to this pointer, for that you write obj equal to new pointer will be of type student. So now you save it and run it. So now I am getting the same results. So it is always efficient to use pointer rather than object. So that's all for this video. We'll see the more deeper concepts in the coming videos. Thank you.